If it can happen for somebody else, then why not for me? Why not? You know, as human beings, we often scare ourselves away from success. We often terrify ourselves from the path of greatness because deep down within ourselves, we don't believe that greatness is for us. We've watched greatness on the television screen so many times. We've watched greatness live in the arena or live at the stadium so many times that we often disassociate ourselves from that greatness. So when we are on the brink of accomplishing something spectacular, we become scared. We start to doubt ourselves. We start to find every reason possible not to move forward. You know, maybe I didn't study enough if you have a test coming up. Maybe I didn't work out enough if you have a game coming up. Maybe I didn't do whatever enough. We find every reason in the book possible to cancel the path that we need to go on and say, I'll do it next week, or I'll do it next month. Or you know what? I'm too busy with work right now. I'll do it next year. But if it can happen for somebody else, it can happen for you as well. And that is the thing that we have to change in our mind, and we have to continuously reprogram ourselves to believe that if it can happen for somebody else, it can happen for us. I don't care if that somebody else is a billionaire like Warren Buffett. He seems to make all the right decisions when it comes to his financial investments, but I can guarantee you that that was not always the case with Mr. Buffett. It took years of failure and learning different things in order to be able to get to that point of understanding his market and finding his greatness and being able to build on that exponentially. So if it can happen for Warren Buffett, it can happen for you. And that is our theme moving forward. Everywhere you go, you'll see someone that is doing some great things. And remember, just because someone is driving that expensive, fancy car does not mean that they are great. They could be driving a Maybach and still be one check away from being homeless. It's not about how you present yourself, and it's not about all of the material things. Your greatness is defined by how well you live your life and the happiness and joy that you find within your life, and being able to handle the business that you were able to handle for yourself. That will define your greatness. So if it can happen for somebody else, why can't it happen for me? And I want you guys to repeat after me. If it can happen for them, why not for me? It feels good to say that, doesn't it? It feels good to empower yourself because you deserve that success. If you have spent countless hours studying for a certification or exam, whether it's a professional test or a high school test or a final in college, you have put that work in. You have put that work in so that you can feel confident. It is up to you to make sure that you are studying the right things. Always think outside of the box and be creative when finding the things to study. But study, put your best foot forward. And when you show up to take that exam, whether pass or fail, you will feel great about yourself. And if you do fail, you will learn and get better, and you will be in a better position to pass that test next time. So if it can happen for somebody else, it can happen for you. Moving forward, that is how we have to think. There's been so many times in my life where I was terrified of something. I was frightened to death. I put my best poker face on and I moved forward. because I believed in my preparation. I was taught at a young age that if you prepare for any circumstance, then you can move forward in faith, in confidence, in determination, because you have prepared for that. And if I will fail, they will have to force me to fail. I will not sabotage myself into failure. I will have to be forced into failure, but it will not be my own doing. Because the people that depend on me, they mean too much to me for me not to try and set the best example possible. So anytime I run into self-doubt, anytime I'm in a situation, you could be interviewing for a position that you've never done in your life, and you have the skills, but you talk yourself out of the interview, or you talk yourself out of applying for that position. When in reality, you have the skills, you just got to put the skills together. That might take a few days of studying how those different skills relate to the position that you want to apply for. But if you put that time in, you will feel confident. You will start to believe more and more in yourself. You will start to feel like, hey, wait a minute, what am I thinking? I can definitely do this. Not only can I do this, I can hit this position out of the park. And if they don't feel like it, that's their problem. But I will learn from this interview. Because if it can happen for someone else, it can happen for me. And you have to think about this. All my young athletes out there, you got to think about this. Today's day and age, the path of getting to college has changed. It is completely different from when I got my scholarship to college. It is a totally different environment. It is hard to go straight from high school to Division I sports. So if you are working your butt off and you don't get that Division I offer or that Division II offer that you were hoping for, do not feel ashamed. Do not feel sad. This is when it is time to fall back on your training, on your belief. You got to fall back on a protocol. It is the most difficult times in life where your belief systems and the protocols that you've established for yourself will carry you past those tough times. So whether your path to playing college is going to a prep school, or whether your path of playing a college sport is going to a junior college, or whether your path of playing a college sport is going to an NAIA college, and then maybe from an NAIA college to a Division I or a Division II college. You have to fall back on your protocols. You have to fall back on your training, and you have to fall back on your principles. And you have to believe in yourself. And you have to ask yourself, if it can happen for somebody else, it can happen for me. Seriously. Why not you? Why not you? You have put in the work to be everything that you want to be in your life. And sometimes that success doesn't come in the form of what you are striving to be at that moment. Whether you are striving to be a college athlete, whether you are striving to be a pro athlete, whether you are striving to be a manager or director at work, maybe right now that success may not manifest itself in that form. But I can promise you that if you keep your belief, if you keep yourself focused, and despite the failures that you will walk into in life and the failures that you will experience in life, you will find the success. Sometimes it will manifest itself in a different form, and you have to believe that. You have to believe that everything that you have done and all the work that you have put in has not been in vain. You have to believe that. You have to have faith. They say faith is blind, and there's a reason for that. Because faith is believing in something that you can't see, you can't feel, you can't touch, but you know it's there. You can't touch your success. You can't feel your success. You can't see your success. But the harder you work at the right things, you know it's coming. You will believe it's coming. You will know it is around the corner. And in those times that you want to quit, you will keep moving forward because you will believe wholeheartedly that if it can happen for them, it can happen for me. I just get chills saying that, because it empowers me just to say that. It gives me a new determination when I repeat that phrase, because I will find myself doubting the different things that I am attempting to accomplish in my life, the different technologies I am attempting to learn to be a better cybersecurity engineer, to be a better technical marketing engineer, to be a better husband and better parent. I will doubt myself. But if it can happen for someone else, you darn right it can happen for me. And that is what I will always believe, whether pass or fail, win or lose. I have to keep that, and so do you. Because I can see the looks in everyone's faces. We just have to believe and understand that our level of success is not the same level as everyone else's. Our level of success is our level of success. Their level of success is their level of success. We have to move forward with whatever cards that we were dealt and find our path and find our greatness. And remember, the tougher the circumstances that you come from, make it even more sweet when you find that success. I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I was raised by a single mother. I was raised by an amazing single mother. She is, to this day, and will always be, my superwoman. She gave me everything that she could, and she gave me everything that she needed. But we didn't come from the best circumstances. But my mom put her best foot forward and put me and my brother in the best position to experience life. Some of us come from even harder situations. Maybe both parents are experiencing difficulties and both parents are not there. Maybe we're in the system because of that. We're in the foster system because both of our parents are struggling in life. But it can happen for you regardless. All it takes is for you to believe. And if you believe, you will find that one or two people that believe in you. You will find it. And it is up for all of us in this room to continue to fight, to set the examples for all of those that are close to us, that look up to us, and they look to us for strength. They look to us to keep moving forward. They look to us to never quit and never give up on themselves. Because it is through us and it is through our belief in ourselves that they will find their belief in themselves. That you will find belief in yourselves. And you have found that belief because of someone that have went through the trials and tribulations before you. And if you haven't truly found that belief, you will. Trust me. If you keep repeating positive things to yourself, you will find that. I can guarantee you that. And you have to keep asking yourself this every single day. Every time you doubt yourself, if it can happen for them, then why not for me? If it can happen for them, it can happen for me. Let's go be great.